Welcome in to Angelo's Tennis Special Edition. We're talking about how to get clear in tennis. Now, this isn't a new concept. It is a new concept to tennis, and it is a concept that I've never heard of with regards to tennis, and that I'm personally bringing it to tennis from somewhere else. I'm not going to tell you where I got it from. Maybe you can figure it out. There's multiple different angles that this has come from, where this has been taken, etc. But I'm bringing it to tennis for the first time, and as I said, it's the concept is how to get clear in tennis, and I gave you the basic. I'll try to give you the basic rundown of what that means, and then I'll get into the specifics. So, getting clear in tennis is kind of getting rid of all of the stuff and just looking at the court for what it is. It's a tennis court. It's a box. There's a ball, there's a box, and there's a net, and there's two players, and you're just playing the ball back and forth in this box, and then you can add the service boxes, etc. And you're trying to win a point, to score a point, and then get enough points to win a game. That is the basis of getting clear. Getting to that point and being able to play tennis like that, as if you're a little kid playing in a couple boxes with your hands, batting the ball back and forth over the net, trying to win the game, playing freely. That's being clear. When we watch players on television, we watch professionals, particularly the best players, the so-called best players in the world. They are clear. Not all of them, but most of them, or a lot of them, or at times they're playing clear. And I'm going to get into why I don't think that they are all at this point. Now, I talk about teaching tennis, and this applies to coaching too. How to get clear as a coach, because there's a lot of coaches who are not clear, and it comes back to this book back here. If you're a player and you had a really great coach like myself, frankly, who I think is one of the best in the world, if not in the top 50 best coaches in the world, and you had a coach using this book, using the ITF materials, etc., who was clear, and you didn't have other obstacles, etc., and you just went through the system and you played matches and all the stuff that I talk about, you will probably come out on the other side clear. That's not guaranteed because you have your own stuff to work through that we all have to. We call it, some people call it the mental game. Loosely, we'll call it the mental game. It's more than that, but we'll call it the mental side of tennis. And those players, if you're one of those players, or if you're a coach and you really put in the work to get clear, then you will get this quite quickly. You won't really need a lot of this material, etc. And you'll really appreciate my channel, more likely than not. But let's say you're a player or a coach, and if you are, you're probably not going to watch this. You're probably not watching my channel because you've already turned it off by now because you think I'm a quack. But let's say you're one of these players and you're coaches, and you've already went through some of the other systems and all that, and you have these ideas in your head that you have your forehand, you hit off of feeds, and you're instructed hold the racket like this and then swing through here and over the shoulder, all the little things that you can be instructed on that you just were hammered into your brain. And that's how you play tennis. And you play cross courts, you play down the lines. There's really levels to this getting clear. And you don't really play that freely like a child would. Like a child, it's like playing freely like a child in a child's game, but having the expertise of experience. That's where you want to be at. And let's say you're not there and you have all this stuff holding you back that you have. This is the person that really has to make a conscious attempt to get clear. Now, if you're in this situation, you are in a huge hole. That's really what it comes down to. He talks about it in this book. Absolutely not something that can't be overcome, But you're going to be, as a coach, if I'm coaching you, it's going to be more difficult for you to get clear, especially if you have mom and dad, if you have friend, coach, other coaches, television, YouTube, all this chatter, chirping in your ear, holding you back from getting clear. Then it's going to be more difficult for you. Now, I'm not saying that you have to get rid of your coaches, you have to get rid of your friends, get rid of your parents. You don't have to go that far. But you won't always agree with them. You have to let them talk and understand where they're coming from, where you're coming from, what you're trying to do, etc. That's just how it is. It's just like anything else in life. They're not going to get it because they might not be on that path of getting clear like you are. And if that's the case and you are going through that process, you might be a high school player. You might be a college player. You might be a freshman in college. You got your coach, all the coaches. You see my channel, chirp, 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 all, and you're trying to play a match, and you're trying to work through this, and you have to listen to them because you get paid. Essentially, you get paid to be on their court. You get paid to learn from them. You get your free scholarship, etc. You have to do what they tell you to do. And you're going through your sophomore, junior, maybe you're trying to go pro, and you have to deal with this. It's a constant battle trying to get clear. And you might be a junior, and you have your coaches, and you're an independent thinker, and you have your parents who are paying for the lessons, and they're paying for the tournaments, and you have to listen to these people to a certain degree until they come to the realization that you're better than them, that you know more than them. They set their ego aside, and then they realize that, hey, my kid knows more than me. Why? Because my kid's been on the tennis court playing tennis more. Even if you were a coach or a player, it doesn't matter. In the present moment, my kid, you come to the realization, knows more than me. The kid that I'm coaching knows more than me because of the scene that he's in and what he or she is doing. They have to come to that realization and let you go. And good luck with that, because they're probably not going to do it because they haven't got clear yet. Now I'm going to get into some more of the specifics. If anyone's still watching here, this is going to be, if my channel blows up, you're watching this in 5 years, is a classic. This is going to be an instant classic right now. If I blow up, this will be an instant classic. So let's get into some practical examples. I'm not going to get into all of them. One of them is, you probably heard this before, playing keep away. I've heard some famous coaches who have wrote books on tennis trying to popularize this. You have all these books on technique and this and that, and then this guy comes through and he's like, these kids, they're playing keep away. That's what they're doing. That's what you have to do. No shit, you're playing keep away. That's part of this getting clear. When you're a kid and you're playing balls in a space, you're playing keep away. It's a basic kids game. And you go through all these tennis lessons because the coaches are doing it wrong and they're making it harder on you. And they have to coach you so that you can just play, and then you finally get it because you're on a court you're on a big ass court that you shouldn't be on. You're using a big ass racket that you shouldn't be using, and you're using a ball that's too fast that you shouldn't be using. So the whole time you're on the court, you can't ever play keep away. So you got to go through that whole process and then come back, and now it's keep away. Now it's a basic simple game called keep away. Genius. That guy's a genius. Let's get into another one. You're playing, you're serving. Take the serve, take a baseline shot. Doesn't matter. One shot. Serve or a baseline shot. A good baseline shot, let's just call it a serve. Serve out wide, come to the net, play the volley the other way. It's a winner. Done. That's getting clear. It's that simple. Play the serve to a spot, make the player move, and then again, keep away, come to the net. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to work all the time. I understand there's a lot more involved. However, it can be that easy if you are in a clear state of mind. Let's take the baseline game. Serve the ball in, say you go body serve. You get a nice, easy ball in the middle. Any ball in the middle, you go to the corner. You pick a corner. There's 4 corners. You pick one of the 4 corners. Get that middle ball, go to one of the 4 corners, come to the net, go the other way, Done. That's simple. It's that simple. Repeat. Can you repeat that? Can you do that 2 times in a row? Because that's all it takes. You only need to win 2 points in a row. Then you lose a point, then you win a point. 40-15. Then you lose a point, 40-30, win a point, game. That's how it works. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with, it has to be a game, like a kid's game. We're trying to get it to a point where you can play confidently, where you don't have these things in your way, the strings, the racket, the fans, the people watching, all the stuff that I'm going to get into, I have gotten into on my channel, and I have the tennis map that I talk about, seeing the court. If you haven't seen the video on the tennis map, check that out. Find that video on my channel, and get to a point where you're literally playing a kid's game, like a kid. So there's going to be a lot more on this, so stay tuned, and hope you enjoy this one, and thanks for watching.